to some fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I had seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 with sympathy.
Evening, everyone. Evening.
Good evening.
I just want to introduce our new guest, the long-haired Yeti Nottingham Forest fan. Thanks for coming on, mate, because it's always nice to have an opposing fan of the team we're going to be playing tomorrow, 5:30. How you doing, mate? How you going?
I am doing absolutely awesome, mate. I'm living the dream. We are in the Premier League for at least 2 games. And, you know, and what can you say? It's absolutely brilliant. It's not something I thought I'd ever see. 23 years. And, you know, we're there now. And tomorrow we're going to smash you, mate. So,
yeah, more than likely. Darren, how you doing, buddy? I know you've had issues.
Yeah, quite good.
Well,
ticking along. I've got a few bits going on, so just trying to post me Insta videos at the minute, but I'm getting the audio getting blocked, so I'm going to have to look into that a bit. I keep posting them up and I'm putting audio and it's got audio unavailable, so I'll have to have a little look at that and try and sort that out.
Is that on Insta?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm no expert on there.
No.
TJ, how you doing, fella?
Jez, I'm great. It's my favorite day of the week. I'm streaming with you legends. Darren, it's good to see you again. I didn't even get to say hi backstage. Good to see you again, my friend. And then Yeti is on. We had Yeti on TJ Warren TV earlier this week, and it was Scenes. He's a great guest. He has his own YouTube channel. He's going to be a star. So, again, I don't know if I'm looking forward to the game, but I am looking forward to talking with you gents. So let's go.
What's happened to the...
Oh, yeah. I got to address that. I am in a play in Kansas City that requires me to not have a beard. So fresh-faced until I think July now. So after that, the beard is coming back, and I'll see if I can compare myself to Yeti after that.
Cool. Yeah, nice one. Guys, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into this. Right. First new signing of the season. We've signed a dog.
Oh, come on.
With the other dogs that we still have in this club. I mean, is this what Arsenal has become? They put out PR about Arteta signing a bloody dog called Win that he takes to the training ground. I mean, dear God Almighty, this football club was once a great football club. Shocking. I mean, I don't give a sod whether he signed a dog or not. If he signs a rabbit, a cat, a bleeding mouse, I don't care. I really don't care. Darren, I'll come to you, mate. And then I'm going to come to the Yeti. Mate, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
I'm absolutely delighted that Arteta's signing the dog because I think it's a fantastic thing for us because we are going to get rid of Arteta. We are going to get rid of the board and we're going to get rid of all of them. And the more stunts that Arteta pulls by signing dogs, cuddling Ramsdale during press conferences, making our club look weak, gives us more ammunition to get rid of Arteta, Edu, and ultimately the Cronkies. They all need to go, the whole lot of them, as a package. It's no good getting rid of one. It's no good, for example, let's get rid of Arteta, but we'll sign a new manager because the Cronkies are just go and get another dummy and a patsy to put in there. We need to get rid of the whole package. And as soon as we get rid of the whole package, we'll start winning trophies. Simple as that.
Yeah. Yeti, I'm calling you that because otherwise it would take you forever to call your name out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, your club back in the day that I remember, privileged to go to the City Ground and all that, you had infamous players, a
Yeah.
unbelievable manager in Brian Clough.
Oh yeah. Big time. Don't get enough credit. You don't get enough credit.
No, they don't. And if you'd signed a dog today, mate, would you be happy about that? With the fact that we bring a dog to your training ground? Is that a great move?
I'll be honest with you, Jez. You know, on like Wednesday when I did TJ's show, I was really confident about beating you. But you know, now you've signed the dog, I'm a little bit worried. So I wish we had signed a dog to counteract it. But one thing I will say to you that you need to take into account, I have heard that dog has a plan B in a tactic.
Oh, really?
So you might actually be all right now.
Well, make a change for a plan B, that's for sure. The trouble is, I think, the plan B would be he'll have his shit on the side of the pitch. But that's my belief. TJ, I mean, come on, man. Is this the best that Arsenal can put out there? Arteta's signed a dog.
The dog, I think the dog is going to replace Fabio Vieira. I think that he is going to take over in the midfield for Fabio Vieira. I think, put him on there. I don't know if you ever saw those movies or if you had movies out there. Have you ever seen Air Bud, Jez? Yeah. This is Arsenal's Air Bud. He's going to come in. He's going to deliver in the midfield. We needed a new creative attacking midfielder behind Odegaard. This is the guy. Our four-legged friend win.
Can I just say that I think the shit he does on the side of the pitch will replace Fabio Vieira, not the actual dog.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is I think a turnstile would be better than Fabio Vieira. Okay, the next Pires, Jess, the next Pires.
Yeah, well,
give me a break,
mate. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. Martin, mate, thanks for your super chat. Sack the manager, keep the dog. Yep, totally agree. I think he'd do a better job. Honestly, seriously. Carl says, Jamino, big up. I hope yourself, mate. 3-day weekend is a banger. Is that? What's that? Is it a bank holiday weekend in Ireland? I'm guessing it must be, man. Pain Like Bane. Adamar Pictures Productions. Morale Mutt. Positivity Pup. Yeah, that's it. That's Arsenal. That's Arsenal, man. Just do a few more of these. Max Smithers says, big up Brian Clough. Absolute legend of football, that man. Absolute legend. I was very lucky to have met him once, very briefly. And he was an absolute top fella. Real icon of English football, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Doesn't like I did a poll. I put a poll out this week, okay, about Nottingham Forest winning, Arsenal winning. Will it be a draw? 478 people entered it, and the poll went 46% Nottingham Forest, 39% went Arsenal. The rest is a draw. Yeti, that's great positivity, and that is coming predominantly from an Arsenal fan base. I don't know everybody that's voted, because obviously it goes out on YouTube. There could be other Liverpool, Man United, I don't know. Well, that's big positivity for you guys, because as we stand looking at the Premier League table, you're on 34 points, 2 games left to play, so it's, a big game for you guys. Is a big game for Arsenal.
Massive.
I don't think, mate, you're going to get relegated. Personally, I think you're okay. Give me your breakdown on that. I mean, it's a big positivity from the Arsenal fan base saying 46% in your.
Well, to be honest, it just shows that some of you have got more IQ than a potato, whereas a lot of you actually do have just the IQ of a potato. Because, you only got to look at the passion that you brought to Brighton. If you come to the City ground with that, it's going to be a long day, mate. because we're on it. We're not, we're getting it together. We've got a spine of the team now. We're not going to leave you alone. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. And the one thing that's good about it is, for me, there's not really much worry because you fans have no standards. So instead, whereas the players from Sunday should have been given a round of fucks, sorry for swearing,
Let's carry
but they haven't been given that. So why are they gonna perform any better?
on. That's a good point. TJ, what do you think on that? I mean, that's an interesting point, to be fair.
No, I agree with him. All you got to do is go back to when we bombed out the last time we were at City Ground at the FA Cup. We played a very strong starting 11 against a then championship team and bombed out 1-0. I remember that ruined my weekend. That loss sticks out to me more than others, to be honest. And that is the last time we were at City Ground. So all these people that are very, very confident that we're going to go in there and lay 4 on them, I don't know about that. I wouldn't lay any money on it, Jez. We need to play a strong squad to get it over the line. I think these players are on the beach either way. Tea Time FC is what I'm calling them now. They're on the golf course. I'm not confident. I think we're going to draw. But I'd like to see Reece Nelson start. I'd like to see Trossard start. I'd like to see, again, obviously Kieran Tierney is going to start. I don't know if Zinchenko's still injured. I think he might be still injured. If we start with those guys who actually want to go out there and play a game, we have a chance. But I'm not 100% confident. And Forest are still fighting for their lives. And what do we always say about cornered animals, Jess? They're going to bite. They're going to bite. So it's going to be a challenging one this weekend for sure.
Darren, Nottingham Forest, City Ground. Lovely ground. Privileged to be there quite a few times. Back in time. It's not going to be an easy game, is it? For Arsenal, we are basically backs against the wall. I mean, I hear people, still Arsenal fans, giving positivity. Oh, but if Man City lose their next 2 games, that ain't going to happen. Get real, man. They're just too damn good. I can see them doing it. Mate, Darren, we're away at Forest tomorrow, 5:30. How do you see it going for Arsenal, man?
Well, I'm quite confident we'll get beat up there. I don't think we're going to be motivated in one iota. And the fact that Arteta signed a dog before the game and Ramsdale signed a new contract and cuddled him on camera like a couple of babies. You cuddle your family behind closed doors when you're at Arsenal Football Club. If you're signing a new contract, you should be doing it with a handshake and a snarl, let's say, yeah? i.e., we're not happy, we've lost the league this season, we'll be back next year. But no, today what we see is Arteta cuddling Ramsdale like he's a little lost child. And this is what's wrong with this football club. Every single transaction we make, be it football, on or off the pitch, we look like what Roy Keane called Mr. Robertson up at Anfield, big babies. Left back at Man United, what was his name? Evra. Was talking about Arsenal last season. What does he call us? The big babies. Because that's what we are. We're big babies. We're finished. We're done. Right? So I think we're going to get beaten. The best, I'll give me prediction later on. I won't say it now in case you're going to leave that to the end. But we ain't getting a draw and we ain't winning. Let's put it that way. We're going there. And long-haired Yeti, you deserve the points, Forest. I think you've been quite tenacious this season, Forest, in the games. You've gone out, you've played, you give it a go. Yep. You might not have got mid-table or thrash teams, but you've competed really well and you deserve to stay up. Unlike Leicester, Leeds, and Southampton, who I predicted the other week would go down.
Yeah.
I still
Spot
think
on.
they're going to be the ones to go. So
Yeah,
my prediction is we're a crock of dog poo at the moment, and you're going to help yourself to a nice, easy 3 points tomorrow.
I can see it.
Mhm.
And it's a great point here from Joel. Trust me, we will win easily. We are the best team in the world. There's no pressure. It's a great point, mate. I can't see it. I'll tell you for why I can't see it. And I'll come to you, Yeti, now in a
Yeah.
minute. We've got nothing to play for. Nothing to play for. Apart from, I am led to believe somebody told me this today. If Man City win the Premier League, which they will, and they win the FA Cup, I'm pretty certain they will, we will go into the Community Shield. Now, I think that's odd. I think that's odd because Man United have won the Carrier Bag Cup. So why does Arsenal deserve to go into any competition? Now, I'm sorry. I just don't agree with this. I just don't agree with it. Hang on, let's get. The point. I think the whole thing is bullshit. Is the fact that Premier League winner Man City, FA Cup winners, I think will be Man City. Yeah, Arsenal get into the Community Shield, but we can talk about that in a minute. Yeti, I mean. You've had a great season. I think you've had a great season. Well, you've had an okay season.
Yeah.
You've had an okay. It could have been better.
Yeah.
It's good to see Notts Forest back in the Premier League with the history of the club. Certainly achieved better things in Europe than we ever have.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
2 European trophies, man, dear God. Are you confident? Are you confident you're going to survive?
Well, the thing is, we look at our shirt for stars, you look in the sky. But anyway, that's another thing. I'm mega confident, 100% confident. As for what you said about the start of the season, I mean, it was transfer bingo. It was ridiculous. It was like pulling balls out of wherever you pull them out of. I don't know, and then a number, and then you just buy the players. I mean, it was crazy. But like I said on Wednesday, if you give Pep that same situation of 20 odd players, well, actually, it might have been 150, but and had to build a team, it would have took him a good while to actually get it right. Even though he's amazing, it still would have took him a while to get it right. So I think Cooper deserves his respect in that. He got us to 13th at one point, and then all of a sudden it started to go downhill a bit. But I mean, we're fighting. We're going to fight. The biggest issue I've got is you say there's nothing to play for. The only worry on that one is, does Arteta want that one back? You know, when he lost at the City Ground, does he want that one back?
That's a very good point. Very, very good point. I'm going to come to Darren on that one. Darren, give you a couple of seconds to think about that one. Aces has made a great comment here. Breaking news: Emirates has been selected to host in the Crufts Dog Show for the next 5 years. Yeah, I mean, well, it's a bit like Tottenham, isn't it? Having go-kart racing and all that. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. Darren, what do you think, mate, on that?
What's that?
What?
Right, Crufts.
No, I'm joking. Let's. I mean, I think tomorrow is going to be a seriously hard game for Arsenal. I honestly do.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you meant what Longhaired Yeti was saying. No, there's the bit about we'll win because there's no pressure on. Yeah, well, I mean that you're quite right. That is a fair point. You know, maybe because there's no pressure now, we'll go and win the game. But my money would be on more. We can't be bothered. We can't be bothered. We couldn't be bothered against Brighton. So what makes you think we're going to be bothered against Nottingham Forest away? You know, I mean, the Brighton performance just had "I can't be bothered today" written all over it. You know, it was like one player might do something in a move in the team. There'd be a series of passes, say 5 players, you know, fluid passing, So one player play to the next, and then the next one would just lose the ball. And that's how it was for the whole game. We couldn't string a series of passes together.
No, and that unfortunately is Arsenal Football Club. And TJ, I'm going to come to you on this one in a minute. I've missed the super chat here from the Oregon Gooner. Big up channel in chat. Oregon Gooner, man, thank you so much. Very kind of you. Matt, the Southern Gooner, hang on, let me get back into the live. I'll come to that in a minute. TJ, we got absolutely piped. 3-0 at home by Brighton. Biggest ever loss at home to Brighton. Capitulated, embarrassed. Yeah. Newcastle can do a job.
Yeah.
Newcastle can do it. What I mean, what does that say to you mentally what does that say to you about the Arsenal team mentally?
We're Jekyll and we're Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde or whatever. We're Jekyll and Hyde, Jez. We don't know who's going to show up. This team has almost split personality in terms of whether they're going to turn up or not. I attribute that to Arteta in a way because he has to set, the mentality around how people are going to attack this game. I also blame the lack of leadership on this freaking squad that, Martin Odegaard. Let's just go into it. Martin Odegaard. I was reading an article saying that he leads by example. Smash the likes up, by the way. He leads by example. So when he does his Casper the Friendly Ghost impression, you see it out there on the pitch. You see that when he is not stringing passes together, none of the rest of the team is. And then the defense completely crumbles. And then people are going to, everybody has been saying, oh yeah, get Tierney in there, get Tierney in there, get Tierney in there. Tierney wasn't to blame for that either. I think our midfield getting sliced open, Matoma absolutely putting work in on our fullbacks. I don't know what got into him. He was really, really good earlier in the season. And then he kind of dropped off. And then he showed up like he was freaking Ronaldinho, like the Japanese Ronaldinho. Like it was unbelievable watching him play. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place, Jez, but man, like I have so many emotions coming out of that game, which is why I'm not really confident about this weekend. But I do blame the lack of leadership, and I do blame Arteta for that loss. He did not get those boys up for the game. I think the boys are already on the beach because they don't see any hope, and neither do I, in winning this league. They're going to just kind of see it out, going through the motions, kind of like we are now. Like we're just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do previews for these games. We're gonna show up and hang out with everybody in the chat and hang out with each other. But does it really matter for Arsenal? Not really. No. And going back on your Community Shield conversation, Jez, I completely agree with you. I think it should be the League Cup winners going in and playing if the FA Cup winner and the first place team are the same. I think it absolutely should be the League Cup winner. And watch, Jez, but watch now, okay? We go into the Community Shield and somehow win. People are going to count that as a trophy. People are consider that a success. Yeah. Watch that narrative spin up and go out of control. And it almost makes me hope we lose because I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. Excuse my language. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, those are kind of my takes on that. I know I'm all over the gaff, but man, like I have so many emotions between the freaking dog. Maybe I need to go pet my dog. Maybe it'll make me feel better. Good Lord.
That's a great point. And
win.
Bristol City fan.
Win.
Adam, good to see you, fella. Jez, did you see Sheffield Wednesday Peterborough? Even they've got more fight and spirit than Arsenal.
Yeah.
I did watch it, and facts,
Brilliant.
absolute facts. I just want to bring this up. The other night I said I'm not going to go into any rants, and straight away people put it in the chat. If Jez says that, it's going to be a storm. I do not want to see certain channels at that. If Arsenal end up in the Community Shield game against Manchester City, I do not want to see any certain big Arsenal football channel anywhere fucking near that game.
And there will be.
Hey, of course they will be. Of course they will be.
It's going to be their Champions League final.
They want the positivity. They want the fact that they're there. These absolute arseholes.
Can I just ask though, if you do win the Community Shield, do you get like a spaghetti star on your shirt?
Oh, you get a lump of shit. You get a lump of shit on it, mate. Be it honest, yeah.
Oh my god!
Winning the Community Shield is not a trophy.
You know what? That video I was watching the other day where he's on about KPI and he was going, "Oh, but KPI." Yeah, I've realised what KPI is. It's called from AFTV. It's called keeping Prats influenced.
Yeah, mate, class. Love that. Love that. I mean, the thing is, this is what we're up against. That we have the biggest Arsenal YouTube channel in the world, influencing people, but they are potting out fake positivity in the fact they call it criticize and then support. That is disgraceful. That is shocking embarrassment to this
Absolutely.
football. And until we can get them out, this club goes nowhere because the fans need to turn.
100%.
They need to turn and say, Arteta, Edu, Garlic Head, all the rest of them, Cronkies, you're not doing the job. I mean,
Sorry.
Go on, mate. No, go on.
Did you actually see with the AFTV? There was only actually one of them that didn't go with the narrative. So he just kept getting ignored. They kept interrupting him, and then they had everybody laughing like kids used to do at school, where somebody says something and everybody laughs at them to make them look stupid. Man, that was ridiculous. Your club, man. I mean, we've been in some tough situations over the last few years, but we've all always stuck together. I mean, we got some prats, obviously. Everybody prats everywhere. But, most of us have like stuck together and been with the team, So, but a lot of yours, they're on the payroll, mate. So, I mean, I'd never sell out. I don't give a toss. You offer me whatever you want. I don't give two fucks. I am a Forest fan, and I'll call it the way it is, and that is it.
Mate, I mean, that is it. I mean, it's quite interesting. We talked offline. Kenny Ken, who goes every week, every game at home, goes to away games. I go to the occasional away game when it's near where I am. But I said to him, what's going on with the fan base? And he said, Jez, the worm is turning. And that's a discussion maybe for another time. Step Up Spurs, welcome, my friend. Who are the biggest bottle jobs of North London, Jez? Arsenal. And we're going to come on to that in towards the end of this show.
You better behave yourself, Elias. I know where you live. I'm just kidding.
The thing is, and I'm going to come to you, Darren, on this one. Come to you. We tomorrow will be going up to the City Ground. Martinelli's out, injured. Saliba, injured, out. maybe have to have surgery. Do you think Arteta will do some magical thing and like start Trossard? Maybe
Well, he should do. Trossard has been performing well.
Player of the
You
month.
know, yeah. I mean, give him a start, but he's more likely to go and put Eddie Nketiah up front instead and leave Trossard on the bench. This is, this is the sort of thing he'll go and do. He'll go and do that, and it's just all too late, isn't it? It's an anticlimax now. The whole thing has collapsed, and so what Arteta's done today in signing his dog is it's a distraction, fraudulent technique on the fan base. So nobody's going to be talking now about the failures. Everyone's going to be talking about the new dog and all this, and it's a fraud. The whole thing. It's until people wake up and can smell the coffee and see it all. There ain't going to be no changes. And as far as AFTV's concerned, don't watch it. I'll put my YouTube on, and occasionally on my TV set in the living room, I'll see it, come across. If you're interested in Arsenal football, YouTube will present one of their videos, and I just scroll across. I don't ever switch it on. I don't ever watch it. I heard the other day someone who used to talk, when I did used to watch it, used to talk a lot of sense on it, Yardman, got criticised, and I just think, what is the poor man doing, even entertaining that lot? Just what we all need to do is all unsubscribe, and I don't subscribe, but if anybody does or watches it, just don't watch it anymore. Switch it off.
I've never subscribed to them. They're actually a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll quantify that. Dan Potts, top fella. I used to like Turkish, but personally, I think he's sold himself out. Can't stand lead judges. He's an absolute liar. Absolute liar. Julian is a paid actor.
Paid actor.
Ty is an absolute clown. Deluded. Idiot. Robbie's just in it for the money. End of the day. You know what I mean? He can buy enough of Rolex. Lovely.
Yeah, they all are. They're all in it to get in with the Edu and that. And like in the pre-season friendly, league judges was posing with Edu and all this. It's like, is that really necessary? Is it really,
Well, I mean, Ty's saying that Manchester City's going to mess up in the last two games.
Really?
I mean, what planet is he on? What planet?
Ty will always say Arsenal are going to win. It's like another certain person who comes on these streams, Prince Ford. It's what we do. Why does anybody ever listen to him? Because every game, his opinion is, Arsenal will win that game. Arsenal will win that game.
Well, when you lose, it's
Arsenal
because
win that game. Well, there's no point, is there? You're not being objective. You're not being realistic. You're in dreamland.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
I'll just do this. Matt, the Southern Gooner. Always good to see Matt. Matt talks absolute facts. Love his debates. Love watching him on Lee's. It's classic. Arsenal should get another dog and name it Nothing. Equals win nothing. Yeah. That, mate. Great comment. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. TJ, will Arteta do something new with the fact we've got Martinelli out?
Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, I actually would think if I was the manager, right, my player of the month in March, I'd start him. But I honestly think what Darren's just said, he'll start our out of this world great striker Nketiah. 4 goals. 4.
Oh, I hope not. If he's in the room, we're in trouble.
Oh, I don't think you are.
Yeah.
I think you. I tell you what, mate. If his name's first on the team sheet, I think you'll be laughing your heads off. Seriously, DJ, what do you think, mate?
I think that he will start Trossard on the left because he doesn't have a choice. Jesus will start up top. I want to see Reece Nelson. I want to see Saka on the bench. I want to see Reece Nelson. We won't.
We won't.
If you really look at it, Saka has played very poorly the last few games. So I think we need to sit him and give Reece a run out, and maybe even just play him in a half. I don't know, but we're not going to see any major changes outside of Trossard slotting in for Martinelli. Connor brought up a really, really good point on my preview show. Why don't we start Emile Smith-Rowe instead of Xhaka? Why don't we give him a run out? Why don't we why don't we put Jorginho out there and Xhaka and Odegaard? Or not Xhaka and Odegaard, ESR and Odegaard. I would like to see where ESR is and say, okay, does he really have a future at this club? Or is he going to be just a bench rider until we sell him?
I've got to confess, I actually don't think ESR has looked the same player since that injury.
I agree with you. I'd like to see if he has a future here. If not, we need to sell him now because we're trying to build something here. We need to get the deadwood or the people that don't have a future out of the club immediately and start looking at who we can slot in at those positions in the transfer window, because we don't have them in the team right now if we want to compete in the Champions League. So, give ESR a run out, and then the rest of the team kind of explains itself, I think. But I don't think you're going to see realistically, Jez, any major changes from this manager, because he doesn't make any major changes. He doesn't shake anything up.
What he'll do is he'll go and say, "Oh, Granit Xhaka's going. Oh, we love him. Let's give him a couple of games at the end of the season."
Venom. I think he's played his last game in an Arsenal shirt. If I'm the manager, he's done.
Whereas we should be saying to Xhaka, "Right, you're off now. Go bench. Never play
Guys,
again."
he should have been gone
reserves.
Throw to the club.
Throw a kid out there. Throw the 15-year-old out there. We were throwing him out there, right, as a PR. Throw the 15-year-old out there for a full 90. Who cares at this point, right? We're already on the beach. Xhaka's already in Germany. He's already in Frankfurt. Who cares, right? Who cares?
Well, he should have been gone when he disrespected the club. I'm sorry. When he disrespects the badge and disrespects the club. Sorry.
No, but Yeti, he's on his redemption arc. Oh,
I'll ring up and
until we bottle
apologize
the league. Until we bottle the league, and then he wants to go to Germany.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Class player, loves the club, gives it all the bullshit. Yeah, all that bollocks. I've never forgiven him at Crystal Palace when he did what he did. And I cussed him ever since. All right, this year, respectfully, he has done well, but he's now said he wants to go because his wife wants to go back to Germany. Fair play. That's the pressure from the wife. I get that. We all get that.
Yeah.
We all get that.
We know we have to take it on the chin. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't argue. I won't lie. I wouldn't argue. But the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't play him. I'll say thanks very much. You've done well. And but that's it. We ain't going to see you the rest of the season. Bye-bye.
Yeah. The thing is, I said the other day, though, I bought something up the other day. Has he performed this season because he wanted that move? Is that why he's turned up?
That's I've never thought about that, Yeti. I've never thought about that. That is actually a very, very, very good point, man. Very good point. The Assemble asked question, Jez, what's your opinion on this leadership group? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the board of directors and if you are,
I think he means the dog.
Sorry?
I think he means the dog.
We're gonna get bannered on that the rest of the season. You know that, Jez, right? We're done. We're done. Don't go on any other shows, Jez. We're just gonna get absolutely canned out here, man.
Yeah. I have been today. I've had people I drink in a pub. There's lots of different football fans, you know. Actual fact, funny enough, Yeti, one of my best friends' wife is a lifelong season ticket holder. She goes as often as she can. She's Nottingham born and bred.
Yeah.
She's been winding me up all week. Not but yeah, I'm not. If you're talking about this group of management at Arsenal, mate, shoot a lot of them and throw them away because they're absolutely crap. Max says that your team was better in 08, Fabregas, Nasri, Van Persie. Yeah, fact. We had actually decent players back then. Arsenal Manic says, how we go to Newcastle, beat them, then lose at home to Brighton, whom Newcastle trashed. Inconsistency. Arsenal are back to inconsistency. All top teams are consistently good. Yeah. I mean, that is it.
Can I just bring something up?
Go on.
I was watching something tonight which has absolutely disgusted me and shown me the state of your fan base. Basically, they was asking people outside the ground to compare the invincible players to the players you've got now and saying which ones would you prefer. And the amount of people that were saying like Saka over Thierry Henry, Odegaard over Bergkamp, it was hilarious, man. I was like, what are these people on? Seriously.
I think the problem is, mate, is that a lot of these players never saw them. They never at the game. They've never seen them actually in real life. And what I mean, an awful lot of these fans have joined after the Invincibles because of the Invincibles, and so they never actually ever, and they're influenced by outside factors that actually drag them down the wrong road.
Yeah.
And they get into a cul-de-sac, and then they're like, oh. And I've said I've had conversations with TJ offline. Something in YouTube this week has changed. Something has done a turnaround. The fact on my small channel, my subs have gone mental. View time has gone mental. And I'm talking about streams people have been watching over a year ago. Have been making comments in the comments section about videos I've forgotten about because people are suddenly thinking, well, actual fact, maybe this isn't the right path to go down. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't have the answer. But let's get into this. I'm saying Trossard starts. We've discussed that. We've debated it. Nottingham Forest are going to come out undoubtedly with their best team. We at the moment are in cuckoo land because we've thrown everything away and there's nothing to play for now. And the point is, I'm just going to say this: 8 points clear, guys. 8 points clear. Yeti, I'm going to come to you on this one. First of all, you're gonna come out and fight. You are going to be raw. You're going to be physical, mentally strong. I think Arsenal tomorrow will be mentally weak, and I actually see us being on the back foot unless we can start quick and fast and hard.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Give us your opinion, mate.
If you actually manage to score first, then it's going to be squeaky bum time for me. I'm not going to lie, because you can all of a sudden get on it in that respect. But we need it more. We're going for it more. We've got better. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if he plays Yates with Xhaka, you won't have to pay for any plane fare because Yates will put him to Leverkusen. So there'll be no need for any travel. So, I mean, we're on it now. We've got ourselves going. Iwanyu's starting to bang them in. I mean, he was only third in the chart, down from Haaland and Lewandowski, so he always had something to offer. You got Brennan Johnson as well. You got Philippe, who's been absolutely amazing in the defence. The only thing that worries me really is like with the points, which you mentioned earlier, and I forgot to say something about it. 34 points. You know, if anybody gets on those points, they're going to jump us like Jordan got jumped in the jungle by Peter Andre. But, you know, so that's a major worry. But at the end of the day, we're just going to go out there and we're just going to show you, you know, what time it is.
You can afford to go 2 down yet against us, and you'll still be in the game. Don't worry.
Mm. Yeah, that's
True.
true. It's true.
True. Painful, but true.
And the place is going to be an absolute cauldron because, you know, I mean, there's only so many teams in this league that can create a cauldron of noise like we can, you know, and the fans are going to be up for it. They're going to be pulling them to, you know, we're going to be giving it big style and the players will react to that. And I don't see any way that you win tomorrow, to be honest.
Well, I'm sitting honestly. I'm not positive. I'm not, because I've seen this so many times from Arsenal Football Club. I just find it embarrassing, to be fair. I really do.
It is.
You know, Arsenal are, in my book, the third biggest club in English football history. With what they've won, all right, we've been shit in Europe. I'll give you that. Nottingham Forest, 10 times better. You won 2 European trophies on the back to back. You know, and that takes some doing. That's but TJ, we were 8 points clear, my friend. 8 points clear. And as it stands, we are now 4 points behind, and Man City still have a game in hand. So if we win both our remaining games and they win theirs, that is a 15-point swing. 15 points. That is the biggest capitulation in Premiership history. I 0-3, 10 points clear, blew it. Man United won it. That is bad enough. Man United went on a run. We were shit, and they won. But 15-point swing.
Mm-hmm.
We could have been 11 points clear at one point, mate. I mean, I'm sorry. To me, Darren, Yeti, I think that is despicable.
This is why I don't understand how it's progress.
Yeah.
We hold the top 3 capitulations in Premier League history after being up top for however many days.
Yeah.
And by however many points.
How can it be classed
and
as
people
progress?
And people call Spursy the Spurs Spursy. They're going to come up. They need to come up with a name for us at this point. It's embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing. I really do. You know, I really wish there was something I could be positive about, but there really isn't. There needs to be a culture shift at this club. I do not have an opinion right now on anything other than Edu out immediately right now. But that's kind of my deal here, is that there needs to be a culture shift at this club to say, hey, grow a sack and stick it in there and freaking do something about, you know, and save some points. We absolutely capitulated, guys. We absolutely capitulated, and we have no excuses. Like, and you'll hear excuses about, oh, well, you know, we didn't really have the squad to begin with. And that's the narrative I'm hearing now, by the way, is that we were never really challengers. That was what I'm hearing now, which is complete bullshit, in my opinion. We had the players. We didn't have the depth, but we had the starting 11 to get it done, and they just didn't deliver. So I think that goes from the top down it's a cultural problem. So, you know, we could go into, you know, are we going to reload over the summer? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Are we going to be in a position to actually compete in the Champions League? Are we going to, you know, so on and so forth? I don't think any of us have the time for that. I think we'll get into it over the summer for sure. But right now, you know, we just have to hold it, right?
I totally agree, mate. I mean, Darren, give me a quick roundup of what I've just said, because, you know, 8 points clear, capitulate. We're now 4 points behind. Even if we're in the next 2 games, mate, we'll end up. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, mate. It's just to me, it's a 15-point swing. It's just, to me, it's an absolute fucking disgrace.
Yeah, it is, and you know, we've. I mean, look at the Southampton game. I mean, that was probably the worst out of all of them. I mean, Ramsdale's been given a new contract today, and he set that evening off a revolving door of catastrophe on the pitch, kicking the ball and giving them a 1-0 lead. What does he get? Rewarded with a new contract. I wouldn't be giving him a new contract. No. I'd be stepping away from him and telling him he's got to sort himself out, because, yeah, all right, he's got a good character, and we've said how well he's done this season for, you know, pulling off some great saves. But if your attitude's all wrong and you think you're something you're not, you're going to get found out, and he's been found out of that. You know what? I mean,
Darren, I have a question.
That was akin to Granit Xhaka's pass to the Burnley striker the season before.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
Darren, can I ask you a question?
I've watched non-league football, and I've never seen a non-league defender or a non-league goalkeeper make a mistake like that. Yet here we are today, giving him a new contract. Why? It's not good enough.
Darren, if you were the manager, would you consider starting Turner?
No, I'd probably still keep him in, but I'd say to Ramsdale, listen, you know, I'd say to Ramsdale, look, you're being watched, mate. I wouldn't give him a new contract. I'd be saying, I'm watching you. Another mistake like that, and you're out, gone, sacked, gone, transfer, out. Because let's be honest, you can just go back to the relegation outfits that you used to play for, mate. Yeah. If you can't cope with life at Arsenal, get out of the club.
I'm right. Yeah, we got to take into account Turner is simply the best, isn't he? So, you know, got to go with that.
USA.
I've got a question for Yeti here. I'm not going to answer this because I'm biased. Max, Man United fan. Dennis Bergkamp or Eric Cantona, who's the best?
Oh, that's a tough one. Cantona.
Wrong.
Fair enough. I respect
that's
that.
What I would say. That's just my opinion, but that's what I would say.
I don't agree, but there you go.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That's why.
Go on AFTV and tell them about it. It's fine.
That's why
the people at AFTV don't remember who Dennis Bergkamp is.
That's a very good point. Yeah, very good point.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Cantona, he was class. He was absolutely class. You can't deny that.
They was both class, to be fair.
They were. I mean, be honest with you, if you ask me personally, I would find that very hard to call. But it is what it is. We're going to wrap it up soon, guys. I've got to go out for something to eat. TJ's doing his stream 9 p.m. Is it 9 p.m. UK?
Yep, 9 p.m. UK. Scene start all over again. Here we go. Excited.
Try and quickly get through some of these chats.
Can I just say, though, one thing I will say, right, is one thing I don't understand is how the hell can it be progress? Because you was top for so long with so many points, and then you dropped to second. If you'd have gone through the whole season and got second, right, that's progress. But to actually drop from where you was, that's regress. That's not progress.
And that's the whole thing I've been saying. And I've had criticism. I mean, I had somebody the other week. Oh, Jez, you want too much too quick. Really?
Mhm.
Really? We're in top flight football. We are in the Premier League. The idea of elite football is to win. You know?
Yeah, but where did you expect to be at the start of the season? Because that's what they always say. Did you actually expect to be anywhere there? Because that's their
irrelevant.
excuse. It's rubbish, isn't it?
It's irrelevant where we expect it to be. It's irrelevant.
Exactly. It's absolute rubbish.
I expect a challenge every single year. We're not some little football club that might challenge once and then disappear. This is Arsenal Football Club.
Good, yeah, absolutely.
One of the third, in my respect, third biggest club in English football behind Man United and Liverpool. So we should be challenging.
Yeah, 100%. It's mentality, isn't it? I mean, when the season started, and I was asked, where do you want Forest to finish? And I went, I want to win the title. And I want to win all the cups.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to do it, but I still want it.
But the fact that is the right mind frame. But the thing is, there's a certain section of this fan base that have been, and it was funny the other night, I said about Wenger mentality, top four. There is no top four trophy. We win nothing for being in the top four. And yet everybody's gassing it up that we're going to go into the Champions League. Seriously? With some of the crap we've got in this team, I mean, I'm sorry, we'll get piped around Europe like we've been before.
Yeah,
10-2 one season, 2 games, Bayern Munich, 5-1 away, 5-1 at home. Embarrassment.
And the dog can't play because he's ineligible because he used to belong to another Champions League team.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. I mean, people, some people, some parts of this fan base haven't got a bloody clue because they just want, we're going to attract every best player in the world. The Arsenal way, I will guarantee you this. When this season ends in a week or two's time, we will be linked with anybody in Europe and by fucking no one. Because that's what Arsenal do. We will get mediocrity in because we've got an arsehole in Edu. I'm not going to blame Arteta for this. I'm sure he will put out who he wants. And Edu will speak to the Cronkies and say, we need this amount of money, Now, give him £300 million. Give Edu £300 million. He'll still buy crap. He'll still buy the shit because he likes to be friendly. Excuse me. He likes to keep good relations. Good relations with Brighton. Well, they didn't show good relations to us at the weekend when they piped us 3-0, did they?
Nope.
I did a knee slide as well.
That's the sort of friend you need, isn't it? That's the sort of friend you need. Oh, well, yeah. We'll play Trosser off you, and then we'll basically fuck you up the arse. Fact. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round it up. Darren, thank you, mate. Shout out your socials, sir, if you may.
Yeah, it's Darren Sullivan 49 on Insta. My prediction is Forest 3, Arsenal 1. We will get beaten. Thunder Road, I see your comment about me being miserable. Well, guess what? I'm going to carry on being miserable if this shit show continues, and I'm going to get worse because I don't accept it. I'm not saying Ramsdale's not a bad goalkeeper. I'm saying he's a good goalkeeper, but if you ain't got the mentality and the concentration, plenty of good goalkeepers have been shown the door at Arsenal. We signed Richard Wright for money back in the day when Wenger was at Highbury. He didn't come up to scratch. He got shown the door, gone, finished.
That Ipswich. Did we get him from Ipswich, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that. Mate, Darren, you're always welcome, my friend. Always welcome.
Thank you.
TJ,
Pleasure.
shout your channel out. You are going live at 9 p.m. UK. TJ Warren TV. People, go like and subscribe to this man. He's brilliant.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jez. Yeah, I am 11 subs off of the big 250. So if you are new, come and sub. If you are also new, come over at 9 p.m. UK time for the soon-to-be world-famous American Idiot Show. We are having the legend Jez and Northside London on to talk. Honestly, to talk Man City, because they're the hot topic right now. We'll see where that goes from there. I'm going to try to avoid the KPI conversation because I don't want to see Jez's head explode. Yeah, come over and visit us. Me, Oregon Gooner, 9 p.m. UK, TJ Warren TV. Again, thank you for having me on, Jez. Really, really appreciate it. And Yeti, Darren, always a pleasure to share a screen with you.
Pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure having you on. Yeti, shout your stuff out, man.
Right. Well, first of all, I'll say, you Arsenal fans, stop giving these guys shit, because these have got higher standards than you. Get your head up out your arse and want better for your club. You know, I mean, you've got me, a Forest fan. We're nowhere near what you are at the minute. Yet, you know, we're bantering you. It shouldn't be like that. That should never be like that. Right. Anyway, my socials is my OnlyFans. Oh, no, not that one. Is my YouTube is my YouTube is Long-Eared Yeti 187 TV. Now I've started laughing. And also Twitch Long-Eared Yeti as well. So drop over, give us likes and all that kind of stuff. Thanks everyone for having me on. You guys are absolute legends. I feel really privileged to be in the Forest fan that you chose.
No, absolutely fact, mate. It's you've always been in the comments, and I really, really appreciate that. I will be going over and subscribing to you straight after the show's done.
Thank you.
And I'll do the outro, people, and we are out of here. And it's going to be a tough game. Fact and respect.
Win out. Win out.
Absolutely. And respect to all you guys for watching. And let's see what happens tomorrow.
I'm relieved to hear that you've been to some far places. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live